What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 12 of my Total Warhammer 3 Nkari / Seducers of Slaanesh campaign. So as we saw last time, Nkari should be waiting around the Palace of Ruin for about one more turn, I would think, before he takes out this army and then moves, well, I want to say somewhere. Originally we were going to move him to fight Skarbrand, but as it seems, we've been kicking Skarbrand while he's down, and down he is, without Nkari's help. He failed at Volcano's Heart, he has lost his capital, Infernius, and I'm imagining that he's going to fall to Felikish's armies pretty soon, especially if he can't rebuild his army before we get there. He's got nothing right now. We'll see. We might even, might even be beneficial to move this little army out here to siege at least the Forest of Decay. Might be an option. Wait, how much less do we heal if we move out of our territory? Ooh, quite a bit, quite a bit. Yeah, you know what? Stay here for one turn and then maybe move. It's probably the best option we've got here. Ooh, hello, who is this? There's a... Who the heck is this? The Tong. Huh. They're just completely surrounded by demon factions? Well, that's kind of interesting. The fact that they're still alive, but I guess we could try to seduce them in theory. They do kind of like us. And not for any particular reason, just because we're Slaanesh. Anyway, let's see what we've got to do. Now, I did want to get a cultist, as per your guys' suggestions, into this army, especially now that one of our Furies has died. Pop in, let's say, you, Golator with Tough, because Depraver and Sleek are both kind of terrible. Yeah, let's get Tough. And we'll use you at first to fight in this army, and then later on, perhaps we'll use you to, once you've leveled up, to establish more cults. Now, this means more income loss, but we should be able to fix it as soon as we make Sindancer's army disappear, which is going to be in a bit. Now, I believe that's everybody that has to move, although there is some points that we probably want to spend around. We can do that before fighting next time. Alrighty, so I guess we'll end the turn. Oh, wait, a couple other things I did want to address per the comments. One of the comments was with regards to whether there was any real reason, or whether it was a good idea to keep conquering stuff, i.e. going wide rather than tall, and no, there is not at all. It's just a matter of fun. I've said this in my review of the game, but in this I keep wanting to call it Vortex campaign. Is it called the Realms of Chaos campaign? Whatever this mini scenario campaign, well, it's not really mini, but a scenario campaign is called, where you have to hunt for those Demon Prince souls. There really is no reason to actually conquer anybody. You can just get one or two provinces, bunker down, or hunker down, and then just win that way. But in the name of fun, you know, conquer stuff, screw around, all that sort of stuff. Especially to experience more of the game before, you know, going into Mortal Empires and never touching the scenario again. Gotta play it to death before it dies for good. Let's see, otherwise, the other thing was whether we should be... summoning disciple armies to defend instead of using Nkari like this. The reason I did this was because we really need all the devotees that we have. A disciple army costs 300 to defend against this, but we need every 250 to keep building those cults and keep building up our ability to gain devotees per turn. I want another like 20 or so cults, so yeah. Anyway, instead of talking, let's end the turn. Let's try to fight something. Damn. And hello, your ally has been attacked. The Bjornling has been attacked by the Crimson Skull, which I believe are over here somewhere. Okie dokie, well, I guess they'll attack us too, because we are going to protect our vassals. Kind of annoying that they would dare to attack our vassals, but yeah, obviously enter war on side of ally. Broken Wheel. What do you want? You want a non-aggression pact, military access. We have no pacts with you. And it might be beneficial to take your stuff, because you're kind of bordering what we've got right now. Oh, and you're fighting the Tong, who would like us a little bit more. Yeah, so maybe that'll be the best way to do this. Take Skarbrand's territory, take the territory from Helmrip as well, all of this. Oh, there's the, there's these guys, the Coronate faction. So if we take all this and this, then perhaps we make Tong ally with us. Also, I do wonder whose landmark this is. Damn it, I can't see it. Okay, fine. Yeah, decline that. I'm just gonna check this landmark in a second. Alright, is this army ready to fight yet? Yes it is. Okay, we'll fight this in a second. Now, I want to double check who this landmark is for, and it is for Slaanesh. Slaanesh, you say? Okay, well, then we need to kill the Tong, don't we? Because otherwise we can't take this, and I think you can't force vassals to give you their territories unless I'm mistaken. So it's something to work towards. Anyway, you're gonna keep moving, and are you gonna try to attack the Forest of Decay just because you're our allies? Oh, don't you dare. Your army's pretty weak, so maybe you won't win, but that is kind of concerning. Oh, well, you keep moving. Keep moving, Sundancer. Try to take the Forest of Decay, or at least siege it, as I was saying earlier. Felakish, move to the edge of our territory, and I know this won't heal us up as much as we were before. However, we do want to siege or attack this before they actually build anything. You, Agulator, can join this army. There you go, right there. Alrighty, and Infernius, we were going to build, I guess, walls here, at least temporarily, because the control is kind of an issue. In fact, you know what, we might need to delete this building here, because while the control gets under control, it's going to be problematic. Because this is causing extra negative control, and it's not like we're collecting income right now from here anyway. Yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do there. Next up, no buildings to build, so that at least decides that pretty quickly. Next up, we got our heroes to move, and then we'll fight. Garrulus, you are still moving to Hawkland. It's gonna take you a while, so keep on doing that. Although, we could try to have you, for example, do something to one of these guys. He's only level 4. Wow, 71% negative outcome. Yeah, at level 2, you're pretty bad. Oh, man. Maybe we just use Hinder Replenishment a bunch of times just to level you, because it's a higher chance of success. You know what, that might be the better option. Alrighty, and then, let's see, Chant. Where are you here? Black Gulch, well, you can't do anything to it because it's under siege, so you're just gonna keep moving on down here. Villatresca, same sort of deal with you, unless I'm mistaken. Oh, you could try doing something to this character, for example. Wound, wow, 68% to fail. But you do need the levels. Alright, well, just try not to die, please. Of course it's a critical failure, damn it! I am so sick of these cultists. We really need techs that level them up to like super high level before, well, when they're recruited, as opposed to leveling them up in armies, because it just takes too long. Damn. That's really annoying. Well, yeah, well, at least we only have one of these like that, but damn, that's annoying. Oh well, Nkari, let us take out our annoyance on this little army right here. I want to test out our Heartseekers. Now that is a lot of Seeker Chariots. Normally I wouldn't fight this battle cinematically, because I feel the army is pretty pathetically weak. However, I want to see our Heartseekers take on some chariots and stuff, and mostly since this army is changed up, I kind of want to see it in action. I'll watch all those animations and stuff, so let's get to that. I also want to put this icon on Nkari. Great Icon of Despair on Nkari makes sense to me. Yeah. Great Icon and Despair. Rejoice when you see Nkari. All will love him and despair. There we go. Anyway, let's give this a quick fight. I want to see these Heartseekers go to town. Alrighty, debut of Nkari's new army. Now, I fully expect this army, i.e. the enemy army, to die very, very easily here, but nonetheless, it should be a pretty fun time just to try out our new units. And here we are, the Heartseekers, which we've been teching towards for a while. 53-47 at their current rank in terms of melee attack and defense, pretty darn decent. And we are going to get them even stronger via levels and hopefully some buffs. And yeah, considering the fact that we already have a lot of demonettes, in fact a lot of demonettes on the field, makes sense to have a bunch of Heartseekers as well. Nkari's already trying to join battle. I just want to take a look at the rest of what we got, and we have a ton of exalted demonettes on the field now. Our second unit of Fiends as well, and our second unit of Hellflare Chariots, which obviously also have demonettes riding. Nice, nice. Now over here we've already, oh damn, that went a little bit quicker than I was expecting. Already have engaged. A unit of Hellstriders gets charged by the Heartseekers, and obviously I've ordered all of our Heartseekers to attack various chariots, while Nkari distracts the enemy and also tries to hit a few chariots there. But yeah, primary goal here is to watch our Heartseekers in action, and they're clearly ripping those Hellstriders apart. Yeah, these guys are basically dead, and they've done essentially no damage to us, which once again is unsurprising. It is essentially Marauders versus Demonettes here after all. Alrighty, and now that we've done a decent amount of damage, crippled a unit of Seeker Chariots and destroyed a unit of Hellstriders, we back our Heartseekers away, while the rest of our army tries to join the fray. And no, I was not trying to rhyme on purpose, but it certainly worked out nicely, didn't it? Alrighty, well, here come the rest of our Demonettes, our Exalted Demonettes, I should say. Really got to get them into the action as well. Now, we've seen Exalted Demonettes fight before, but certainly not in this many numbers. Ooh, there we go. Our army looks really a lot more cohesive now, you know what I mean? Like, it's got a lot more of a theme going. I still do want a couple of Soul Grinders in here as well, though. Alrighty, it seems like a pretty good mix, although once again we do have frontline problems, as regular Demonettes are pretty fragile. Well, Exalted Demonettes, Demonettes in general are pretty fragile. Speaking of Demonettes, here's some Demonette on Demonette action for you. There we go, Exalted versus Unexalted, and you can guess which ones are going to be superior, although I would like to compare their stats here. See, ours are taking damage. They've taken like, I don't know, 20% damage already, and have lost 12 of their models, although the enemy has taken 50% and lost almost half of theirs as well. Yeah, they've gotten 9 kills there. Oh, but here come our Flayers, or Hellflayers rather, moving through the enemy and knocking them away while leaving ours unharmed. That's pretty perfect. Completely unnecessary battle, I know, but just once again, this is just for the fun of it. And there we go, Nkari leading in the background. Man, from like this angle, it looked like Nkari was some sort of like giant insect because of the insect paws and the, or paws, claws, whatever, claws, and then the weird behavior of the cloak thing, or whatever the hell this is that Nkari is wearing. Yeah, I wish that they did a little bit better with the physics of that thing in particular, because it often does look kind of weird, but hey, all good. Alrighty, and here we are, the Demonettes, the Exalted Demonettes are overrunning the enemy. Speaking of overrunning the enemy, over in the background we have a bunch of enemy Seeker Chariots who we've been chasing with our other Heartseekers, and they're all, as you can see, at about half HP, while our Heartseekers are all relatively unharmed. Just keeping them away from the enemy Demonettes as they can take quite a bit of damage there. Over on this side, same sort of thing is happening. We have a bunch of Seeker Chariots as well as an enemy unit of Hellstriders, and I believe their Lord is here. Oh, actually, no, their Lord has just gotten killed by Nkari. Never mind. Something else is here. Something else. Oh, I guess it's just the unit of Marauders of Slaanesh. Yeah, we don't care about that. Anyway, these guys are also now getting killed by our Fiends and our Chariots. There we go. Something for the Fiends to do. Yeah, and it looks like we're essentially winning on every single portion of the battlefield, which is exactly why I was saying that there was no real need to make this cinematic. There we go, looks like another one of the enemy Hellflayer Chariots, or Seeker Chariots rather, is melting. One of our poor Heartseekers got stuck here, but it's okay. Yeah, and I think the balance of power is dropping. Yeah, they're lower than half HP now. Nkari's still ripping enemies apart, and it looks like the battle will be over any second now as the entire force decides to chain route. Just like that. And just like that, and it says 3 minutes, but honestly it was like a minute and a half of moving our army closer to the enemy, and then like a minute of engagement, and thus the enemy fell. Was a really quick one, but hey, at least we once again got to watch our Heartseekers rip the enemy apart. Not to worry, we're gonna try to find a better battle after this. I just once again wanted to see those units. Have I said that already? I don't think I have. Not like 8 times, certainly, because that would be crazy. Anyway, let's speed up through the rest of this. We're just going to chase off a few units and make sure that they are dead, but otherwise the battle's quite over. I would imagine that the Heartseekers got a fairly decent amount of kills, although I suppose I should have stopped it here just to gauge the amount of damage that they did as compared to, for example, those Demonettes. I'd really like to fight like a proper high-level for example, Kislevite stack with this army. I'd really like to see how it performs. Obviously, our Exalted Demonettes are vulnerable to range fire, which would be a problem if they were advancing into a gun line of Streltsy, but they are also armor-piercing, so they would be able to, I think, fight the Zargard, especially with our units hitting them in the back. I mean, it's a Slaaneshi force. You always do expect it to be vulnerable to a range fire, but have those devastating flankers all over the place. Anyway, let's see how we did, although I'm imagining it's pretty darn well. Alrighty, once again, not what I would call a difficult battle whatsoever, but it was fun and we got to see the Heartseekers in action. We really have a giant pile of Demonettes in our army, which is working quite well from a thematic perspective, if nothing else. Though we do got to keep in mind that the Heartseekers, though they all did quite a bit of damage, do have, you know, they were in a pretty good matchup for the entire battle. Granted, they didn't hit anybody in the back, but they were against Hellstriders and against Seeker Chariots, so they were never going to take too much damage. Now, we are going to obviously take the Devotees for this, though we do still need money. There we go, entice some captives, and almost ready to get another cult going. And Carnalis Meatflenser, you are dead now, and this place is growing in terms of its public order control. Damn it, it's gonna be a while before I get that right, especially many times now. Yeah, you know what, stay as you are. Nkari, it's time for you to finally move out. Go to the Fetish Catacombs and then through Blood Mountain, and then I guess go around and start attacking these guys. Do we need to send you to attack the this little Coordinate faction? That's the question. Or can Felikish handle it? I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that Felikish can handle it, although her army is still quite beat up, and will also get her some points spent. Oh, I haven't gotten you Hates Corn yet, have I? Alright, you know what, let's get you Hates Corn. If nothing else, that might slightly help out the auto-resolve. You also have Hellish Stride, but I still am not 100% sure what else I'm going to have in this army. And we could pop a bunch of Fiends and spawn in this army. Oh, well, you know what, regardless, we're gonna get Smoke and Mirrors for the extra speed when casting. Not that it's a... I mean, I feel like this is one of the weaker passives for a particular lore, but whatever. Whatever. Alrighty, and I believe with that, we gotta end yet another turn and see if Skarbrand tries to recover or whether he is done for good. Now, the question is, do we need you to... to build any more troops? I'd really like to preserve our cash. Also, wait, Forest of Decay belongs in part to this yeah, we are gonna have to destroy these guys. Oh well, although the bear is roaring again soon, so yeah, well, at the very least we could take our Heartseekers into the realms of chaos. Alright, down to 60 actors. I don't remember what the starting amount is. I know that it goes over 70, so it's between 70 and 80, I take it. Tong, you want some sort of non-aggression pact. Now, we could go for Diplo with you, but once again, since you are holding on to a territory that should currently belong to the Slaaneshi, you have to die. I want all the landmarks. And in fact, oh, Clan Molder gets destroyed. Settlement besieged, Palace of Ruin. Oh. You're still alive. I forgot about... Oh, I didn't even... I didn't even notice it move away. My bad. Yes, Urson will roar again. We know about that. We were just talking about it. How to resolve this, please. +1 devotee. Take it. One's better than none. And we're now at 463 already, which means yet another cult can be constructed. Let's see where we have locations that have cults that have not been built yet. There we go. There's one here. I want the one that gives us more devotees, and this is the one that gives the most, right? Also, wait, this isn't currently in Osterwald. Yeah, alright. Build it. And wait, what? 463, oh. We have a decent number of devotees. Yes, 250. And then if we just get a few more, we can get another cult going, which means even more devotees. Isn't that just wonderful? Alrighty, and you, Nkari, move on to Blood Mountain and then start proceeding over here. Maybe we just attack these guys straight up. I mean, something for Nkari to do. Also, you, time to siege the Bridge of Brass. I do wonder if it is going to be... No, oh wow, we actually do have to siege those, don't we? Unless we force them to fight us in the field. You know what? Yeah, let's siege... Oh wait, this place has walls. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, well, then just siege it. Siege it for now. And then let's see what's going on here at the Forest of Decay. You... Well, you can't reach it super quickly. I wonder if there's an army being built here. Oh, there is indeed an army. Vekhal, however, is not Skarbrand. Garrison here is kind of trash. But then again... Oh, are you under siege currently? What is... Oh, no, I saw this. I saw Obsife. And I thought, oh, maybe you're under siege. Maybe we could get something out of this, but apparently not. Alrighty, well then, Sin Dancer, if you move in, he'll just sally out and destroy your army in the field because he will have even more troops than he has now by then. I do want to siege him before Skarbrand revives, however. Wait, what? Local recruitment is not available once in 4. I thought we were still in our own territory. My bad. Had to move you slightly. There you go. There you go. Get 2 more Marauders. And, I mean, they're not going to be very useful in the field, but yeah, I'll just get 4 more Marauders. This will just help the siege, if nothing else. Then, you're going to keep sieging, but just in case they sally out, let's level you up some. Let's get Lash of Slaanesh. Let's get Blissful Rapture. And, wait, no. You only have to 2 points, then you get, well... You're probably going to be spamming that more than anything else. You know what, that's fine. Either way, we are going to... Wait, you're both Slaaneshi? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, one of you, I guess we're just going to level and then use it as an assassin. Probably the fleet-footed one, because I don't like that one very much. Or maybe the strategist. Alright, either way, you're in here temporarily to level. Fine. I mean... Wait, we just gotta remember to hold points after we get to level 4, right? So we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's basically what we need here. And I mean, I guess we could just avoid spending points, but you know what? Let's get 2 points on each, just so that they can use them in battle, but then hold off afterwards and send them out as assassins. Alright, happy with that. Next up. Bloodfire Falls, Furnius. We need to get the control building up and running. Might as well reduce that... proliferation cost as well. Now, when control is positive, we get a bunch of devotees per turn, so we should really be building these cult buildings everywhere. Now, the question is, can they be built in smaller settlements, or can they not? Because then we should get a sort of settlement. Well, I mean, for example, we could replace all these dark mirrors, which we don't need here, for example, anymore, like in Fetish Catacombs specifically. So let's see, are you able to build these? Yes, you are. No, wait, no, it's not the same type of building. This just increases Slaaneshi corruption, doesn't increase the number of devotees. Well, that's a shame. I guess we'll have to build something else then. For example, a Temple of Decadence to increase our cultist capacity. That's always a nice thing to have. We could also build walls, just because the more places that have walls, the less places we're going to have to be concerned about defending themselves against incursions. Alrighty, so that's good. Now, do we have any dark mirrors here? Yes, indeed we do, so we should delete this one as well. Alrighty, and I just want to see, Chasm of Torment, you don't have walls. Folly of Malefics does. I mean, we might as well keep the walls up, I guess. I mean, once again, when we have enough devotees, we'll be able to deal with the incursions with those armies. Oh, another mirror to make it go away. There we go. And construction cost and income, I guess we'll keep up that in both territories. There we go. We'll switch some of those buildings around a little bit later. I don't want to spend too much time on it right now. Alright, happy with the rest of that. And does anybody else need to do anything? Oh wait, I guess our heroes do. They need to fail at their job again. Do you really want to disappoint Slaanesh? I want you to try to level by hindering replenishment. This gives you at 47 and 6. This gives you a 43 and 15. 47 and 6 it is. There you go. Hinder replenishment success. Gift to Slaanesh given. Alrighty. That's what we need. We need you to succeed. Let's get another point in Specialist. Then, you chant. I want you to do the same thing, but I want you to do it without failing. You can try to hinder replenishment as a way. You can get another point in Specialist, can't you? Let's get that. What's the chance of success here? It is now 44 and 14, still pretty damn bad, but I feel like there's probably not a better opportunity nearby. And we gotta keep giving those gifts of Slaanesh, so give it a try. If you fail, but please don't fail. Well, she failed, but it wasn't a critical failure, so that's something. At least that's something. Alrighty. Well, let's see, is that it? Is that indeed it? You guys are good, Sin Dancer is good. I believe we skip the turn, we go next. Ooh, there's also another thing we could do. We still have that Unholy Manifestation available to us, this one. Wait, corruption required 1,000, wait, I thought we had this. I guess the corruption levels drop throughout the world. Damn, well that's unfortunate. What are we at here? 948. We lost 52 corruption, yeah, it's because some portal is most likely closed, oh well. Oh well, let's end the turn. Let's see if these guys attack us while we siege them. Dungrut, what do you want, Dungrut? You want some sort of non-aggression pact? Yeah, that's not gonna happen, at least not right now. I don't see the need. Alright, is it roar time? It will soon be roar time. Ambusher discovered. Eldred Dogburger, I don't care about that. Ally begins outpost construction. Well, that's great for Ally. Imminent rebellion in the Plane of Bone. That's at the Volcano's Heart. Again? Yeah, we got pretty negative control here. At least we're getting extra cash out of it. We could cancel the collection of income, but that does nothing for us. Nah, just stay as you are. I mean, your garrison isn't great, but you might be able to defend. Alrighty, Imminent Rebellion. Faction destroyed the Pleasure Tide. I don't think that concerns us whatsoever. You. Wait, why did I... Stay in this, but keep moving. So we can attack the Forest of Decay hopefully next turn. We could also try to summon a Disciple army to help us out. But then again, if we do, we'd want to summon it next turn. Because these guys are definitely building some units, and you are not going to take anything yourself with that trash army full of Marauders of Slaanesh. Those are awful, awful units. Especially the standard type. Man, Slaanesh gets the worst one, don't they? I like Nurglings. Blue Horrors are fantastic. Nurglings definitely have their uses. The tar pit, the poison, and... what's the basic unit of Khorne? Wait, is it Khorne? What is the basic unit of Khorne? Is it the Khorne Warriors or is it the Bloodletters? I take it it's the Khorne Warriors with shield and armor, because those guys are pretty damn good. Is that the first unit you can build? I don't remember. Either way, these guys are trash. And yeah, maybe they're not supposed to be used as a front line, but they're basically the only front line that we have, and they're a meat shield, so that's pretty much the only thing. Well, either way. They're mortals only, after all. You keep sieging, please, and these guys are gonna keep suffering attrition, which is lovely. We're gonna build some towers. I guess we could send up our... Oh, we'd win an auto-resolve. Wait, no, we wouldn't. It's a valiant defeat. Never mind. I saw the, I hovered the auto-resolve, and I was just like, maybe we'll win this, but no. Continue siege. What also might happen is this guy might build enough forces to try to reinforce them here, which would be, I guess, kind of problematic, because once again, this army isn't all that great. Otherwise, Nkari. Now, the question for Nkari right now is, do we begin our war against this faction? The thing is, they've got 4 territories currently, and oh, for the love of Corson, you freaking annoyance. Brass Glacier, you can't... Can you defend yourself? Not a big army, but he's probably just going to siege it. We might be able to destroy him in the field, but then again, he is a bloodthirster, so just like Skarbrand, we're gonna need some way to physically bring him down. You know what, I guess we build a temporary lord here. We have a Depraver and a Perfectionist. Might as well go for the Perfectionist. Plus you're level 2. Alright, try to defend the Brass Glacier. And wait, are you able to reach his territory in 1 turn? I think you are. I think you are. Try to build a Demonette, but if it fails... Oh, wow. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but try it. We can always cancel it later. Really don't appreciate how much cash we're losing in like this. Yeah, I think, Nkari, you are going to perhaps ignore the Tzeentchian forces for now. Move down here. Join all these territories together. And this is another strategic Slaanesh location, so unless you're confederating with us right now... Oh! You're really, really close to being able to confederate. But you still can't... Wait. Yeah, you still can't give money to factions for this, can you? You used to be able to pay factions off before. I don't see why you can't in this anymore. It feels like it should be a thing. Right? Maybe it's just me. Alrighty, well, let's just keep building our buildings, or building buildings after destroying buildings, you know what I mean. What do we want to build here? First of all, we destroyed the Dark Mirror, but we have all these smaller buildings. Do we, just in case, build the walls here? I don't really want to deal with any... Yeah, you know what, let's just build the walls. There's no reason not to. Let's go Demonic Lurkers, then. Now, Chasm of Torment. We could also build walls here, but we also have the ability to build ourselves a nice lavish Ciborium, which gives us more cash, and I think I prefer the cash. And then the same thing, I guess, in the Shardlands, where we just destroyed something. We could rebuild a Palace of the High Seductress for more control. We could build you walls so that you're more likely to defend yourself in the event of an incursion. We could build you a Warpstone Locus, just in case. It's not even in case, because Nkari is definitely going to get another Slaaneshi, or not a Slaaneshi, another negative trade on him soon. We probably do want this somewhere. The question is, would it be better here rather than all the way back here? Honestly, if anything, we should probably build that somewhere in the new territories. Yeah, perhaps we'll do that. Perhaps we'll do that, and then you then can build either the walls, or unless... maybe we can build another cultist capacity, increase our cultist numbers, but honestly, since we're losing money right now, perhaps that's not the way to go. Alternatively, we just build this for more control. Keep the control positive. And yeah, that means less money from our Ciboria, and... or not Ciboria, from our Opera of Dawns and Dusks. Operas of Dawn and Dusk. But... not a huge deal. You know, we can always replace it if we decide to. Let's go. Too much vacillating. Alrighty, Nkari, you start moving. This is gonna be a trespass because you guys don't appreciate that, eh? I wonder how strong you are. Yeah, if you weren't all the way back here and would immediately attack all this stuff, I would attack you, but we can always move into your territory preemptively. Go here for now, Nkari. You have to move anyway. Also, I do wonder what our control is going to be like once Nkari is actually gone from this territory. Might as well also switch it to March stance. No reason not to. Forward as far as you can, buddy. And then Felikish, you just keep sieging. Sin Dance or Chant once more. Keep trying on those... you can try to assassinate this guy. 14% chance of failure versus what? Versus similarly 14% chance of failure. Try again. Success! Hey, there we go. Gift of Slaanesh. Isn't that lovely? Can you see how many gifts of Slaanesh the enemy has? Yeah, that you can. Lovely. Alright, we gotta get more. Way more. At least you leveled up. That's the that's what we want. More points into Specialist. Keep on succeeding. And we can increase spread corruption as well. Gotta get those unholy manifestations up and running. Next up. Who's not gonna die? You're not gonna die. Now, you already have a Gift of Slaanesh. Wait. I'm pretty sure you can stack Gifts of Slaanesh, so let's try this again. Ah, you failed. Oh well. Oh well, try it again afterwards. Oh well. Anybody else? We need more heroes, but the expense, the terrible expense. It's the third army that's causing us. This third army that we don't need other than for what we're doing here. Now, you can't move this turn, so we're going to end the turn yet again. And then we're going to see. Go, go, go. At the very least, I want Skarbrand dealt with before the Godbear roars again. Flaming Scribes, non-aggression pact, no. One of the nice things about being Nkari and not allying with them is that you still have all that positive relations with a lot of factions. We want a little bit more allegiance, I guess. Invoke a Grand Seduction. Not that the diplomatic relations with Aisling give us anything right now. Oh, actually, speaking of, let me just see something here. First of all, yeah, Invoke a Grand Seduction. We've already read this and done this before. There's been a rebellion in the Plane of Bone, but that's not unsurprising. It's gonna be another Tzeentch rebellion because of the Tzeentch corruption here, which is still at 100 because we're in a Tzeentch territory. Alrighty, then. Wait, Infernius, you are not collecting income, but I think it's time to begin to do so. can also build this wall. Alright, stop defaulting to the damn cult details here. Probably not going to build a cult there, because we're going to take that territory over. Nkari, the god bear, has not roared yet, so you are going to keep booking it down here, regardless of how pissed off these guys are going to be about it. Yeah, we're trespassing. That's life. Alright, now we're down to 20k, which I also really don't like. Let's move our heroes. I'm actually surprised that the enemies haven't sallied out yet. Wait, no, you're on guard. Wait, enemy hero success chance. Oh. So here's what we try. Use 5312 versus 4918 versus 5816. Well, 5312 sounds like more success likelihood to me. So try it. Try not to die. Hey, there we go. Success. Beautiful. Well done. Well, oh, it didn't level you. Come on. Come on. Oh well, it's okay. Now that he's dead, you will have gotten a little bit more XP, and then we just got to keep spreading those gifts of Slaanesh around. Garrulous. Did you not just try this? Try this again. And replenishment. Success. There we go. Now, this appears to be the same. This is not 30 per turn to the faction, and I think it's the same. Yeah. Wait. Whoa.
No higher power.
This is gifts plus 30 per turn to the faction provided the gift of Slaanesh. Plus 5 per turn to the faction that provided the gift of Slaanesh. Okay, what the heck's the difference? Why does this say one thing and this says another thing? What is the actual thing? Oh, I am very confused. Now, if anybody knows what the deal with this is, please let me know. Why does this say devotees plus 5 per turn? This says plus 30. I feel like plus 30 might be the max. It can't be the total, because it's been saying plus 30 for a while. In fact, if we take a look at this... Oh, yeah, Gifts of Slaanesh is 30. So, yeah, I think this is the total from all of our gifts, and this is this guy's own gift, so it's plus 5. So it looks like they can't stack. Okay, well, that's fine. We can just keep spreading them around. Spread the love. That's what Slaanesh is all about. Syndancer. Now, we definitely need a devotee army. So here's what we're gonna do. You summon disciple army. Summon it now. What's the Slaaneshi corruption here? It's 100. Do it. All right, army summon. Wait, what? What do we have here? Oh, really more garbage. Seeker. Well, at least we got some Seekers and some Seeker Chariots, but is this enough? Alright, attack those, please. We'll take concentration on the areas with very high Slaaneshi corruption. Well, we have very high Slaaneshi corruption, so isn't that lovely? Encircle this, please. There we go, and this completely screws up Skarbrand's faction, because he won't be able to do anything. You are gonna go right here. He could sally out, but then we have 2 armies now. And you won't take attrition, because we are in... Oh, it is minus 20 devotees per turn, which is unfortunate. But, yeah, I think I'm happy with those. As long as we have high Slaaneshi corruption here, we're good. Alrighty, while everybody keeps sieging, let's also keep building stuff. You and Northern Wastes, you, more money. And you're almost at level 5, 2 more turns, and 1 more turn for you. Swell. Unassigned skill points, gonna ignore that, and we're gonna keep moving. A little bit of an administrative episode, perhaps unexpectedly. I was expecting more fights, but you know, we're preparing. The God Bear, once again, will roar very soon. I'm just heading Nkari down to see if we can reach the, this little faction before we get there. Oh. Wait, what? Why can we no longer build this? Okay, well, I'm just gonna do that. Huh. Whatever was allowing you to build that is probably no longer available. Oh, was it because we had this, but we were switching... Oh, yeah, we were switching over to this. Yeah, okay. I should have realized that before this guy was coming, because an extra demonette really would have helped. Oh, well. Not a huge deal once again. Let us... Huh. Now, here's a question. If we use an Unholy Manifest... Oh, right. I wanted to use this one, but once again, our Slaaneshi corruption worldwide is too low. Gotta keep corrupting. Oh, well. And the turn. Ah, they are going to sally out. There we go. I was hoping for a battle, and they're going for our devotee army as well. Well, let's defeat them in the field. Once again, this should, I guess, be a cinematic battle, although... I don't say it probably won't be that difficult. We could also even seduce some of their units if we really feel like it. Actually, wait, we can't even seduce a single Chaos Warrior of Khorne, which is kind of pathetic. Wait, what can we seduce? So basically nothing, just the Warhounds. Or the Bats. And the Furies. That's a little bit on the disappointing side. I feel like we probably don't need to bother seducing Warhounds or something like that. I mean, I guess it'll be another unit to hit their back lines with, but we already have such a wide front with all of our Marauders of Slaanesh, don't we? And a decent amount of these units, but then again, I suppose they could be stopped by the Warhounds. You know what, fine, seduce one unit of Warhounds. There you go, it can't hurt. Fight battle, plus they'll allow us to, more importantly, to chase more units off the field. Alrighty, now I wasn't originally going to make this a cinematic battle, as I thought that the enemy would get destroyed, but that was before I realized that the Bloodthirster was in here, that Skarbrand himself was once again back for at least one more go, and thus it's always fun watching him fight and, well, kill our units, I guess, but then eventually get banished. Obviously, this is a pretty big problem, because our armies have almost no armor piercing to speak of. In fact, I don't think they have any armor piercing to speak of. It's just the Lord and Heroes. Or Lords and Heroes. The vast majority of our army is made up of absolute trash tier Marauders of Slaanesh units that are obviously going to get ripped apart by Skarbrand. I think Skarbrand can rip apart essentially an infinite number of these guys. Oh, and here comes the first Bloodletter summon, but once again it's in a pretty bad location where both our Lord, our Hero, and a bunch of Marauders can instantly surround them and rip them apart. Yeah, good luck with that one. Oh man, whoever decided to open that Chaos Portal there, I guess that Skarbrand himself just got kind of screwed over. Although we can see some of our Marauders dead on the ground here. It's not like we actually care about the Marauders surviving. Alrighty, well, that's the first. Now I'm just going to speed it up a little bit because we are going to have to wait for the rest of our forces to arrive. Now let's just check out, while we're doing that, our setup here. I originally figured since the enemy was attacking us, we would allow them to do so and make use of these natural features of the land here. This rock as a wall and then this pit of apparently fire. Maybe Skarbrand wants to take a dip. Don't we have a lot of Slaaneshi corruption here? Seems like a lot of lava. Shouldn't this all have turned to perfume or something instead? Weird. Maybe it's a little bit mixed, huh? I don't know. Can territories get mixed sort of influence on them on the map at once? I feel like they can, but I could be wrong. I feel it could also just be this particular location naturally has all this lava stuff. I just figured it would have changed to perfume. But anyway, we have our second army arriving. We are keeping them fairly big blobs right now, but the reason for that is I would like to keep our enemies sort of blobbed up as well in order to attack our blobs so that we can move our fairly massive number of high moving or high speed Hellstriders and other units, and we got more Seekers and Hellstriders over here. All of them can be very, very useful here, and we're going to advance. Looks like the enemy has actually decided to split its army. Possibly a good idea, possibly not. It kind of depends on how we make use of our flanking ability. And over here we have those Warhounds, which I guess have led away that unit of Chaos Warriors of Khorne, which already has made them worth it. Well done, Warhounds. Well done. Skarbrand's obviously wading in, and we stand no chance at doing anything in terms of damage to him with our basic troops. In fact, as usual, what we're going to do is we're going to kill his army. Well, I should say what's usual when Nkari is not here. When Nkari is here, he can kill Skarbrand, but when Nkari is not here, we kill the army first, and then we hope that Skarbrand goes down. No wink. There we go. We got our first Penumbral Pendulum going and hitting an enemy unit of Chaos Warriors of Khorne. Obviously, we need as much armor piercing as we can get, and that magic does lend a little bit. However, we're already taking quite a decent amount of casualties. About 700 of our units have died, and a lot of our regular Marauders of Slaanesh are running. But that's not a big deal. Once again, these are all sacrificial, and we will be wanting to delete them at some point afterwards. Our quick-moving units have destroyed one of the enemies that have, I believe, gone after them, but the others have decided to have turned around for some reason rather than approaching, and that's just fine by me, as we will have more places to attack. So let's speed it back up and keep watching here. Just want to keep an eye on what's going on in the battle from the larger view. Oh, at the very least, one of the nice things with fighting various different factions of like demons and stuff is the different color schemes, i.e. we can pick our units apart from theirs. And these guys are just waiting for the opportune moment to strike, and it looks like it has arrived. There we are. And so, same with these guys. Wanted as many of the enemy engaged as possible. And we can see Galelian's Soul Eater on Skarbrand right there to stop him from chasing us down, as we don't want to get our heroes killed. Looks like the enemy Skull Cannon is actually chasing Sin Dancer around, and we're going to try to support that by hitting the Skull Cannon with one of our units of Hellstriders. I believe these are the Hell Scourge type. Yes, it is. Alrighty, ooh, and over here, Skarbrand, look at the damage there. I wanted to cast another Penumbral Pendulum with our Allurus Heart, but Skarbrand decides to charge her, and every time she tries to get that cast off, he just smacks her again, and then every single time it's like, I don't know, 30% of her HP each time or something. 1.3k weapon strike, nothing like the 3k that Nkari has had, but still pretty damn scary. Plus he's damn fast as well at 80. In fact, oh, he's faster too. Damn. Ouch. Well, it looks like, Hart, you're not getting out of this one. And yeah, funnily enough, this entire time, I'm essentially spamming Penumbral Pendulum over there, as you can see. I've done it like a dozen times, but every single time, Skarbrand just stops the cast and kills her. A good counter to a caster, and this is also how I would expect a coordinate unit to react, to go for the wizard and kill it. It makes sense. Otherwise, we're going to be keeping away our Lord Sin Dancer. I don't really want to lose Sin Dancer, because it was a confederated lord that had led a faction, and I like the name. It's a pretty good one, so I think we're just going to keep her around and try to run away from Skarbrand if he actually comes at us, i.e. Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma him and such. Ironically, Hart was holding on to that Galelian Soul Eater. Or is it Soul Eater or Soul Netter? I think it's Soul Netter. I've been calling it Soul Eater. Soul Eater just sounds right with the whole demon stuff going on. But anyway, she had that, and unfortunately we can now no longer stop Skarbrand in his tracks, but at least we got some use out of it. Also, do remember that we do still have the Bane Spear on Sin Dancer, who has used it once on the enemies that were in this blob, and is probably going to be looking towards using it on this one as well, though we have charged the enemy with our quick units and are obviously cycle charging them repeatedly to kill them. They're doing fairly well, having surrounded and killed a lot of the units of the second army as well, though it seems that our lord is still alive. We also got a charge in with our Hellstriders to help out the Marauders of Slaanesh. It's Hell Scourges helping Hell Scourges, which is just swell. I don't know where Skarbrand has decided to run away. What the heck are you doing, dude? He's just like, no, never mind, I'm out. Peace, guys. What are you doing? There's nobody out here. Why did he run back here? What is this? I have no idea. Maybe he had orders to return to where the enemy army started for some reason, but yeah, we're just killing the rest of these forces as we pop that once again, that Bane Spear and stuff. This portion of the enemy battlefield has fallen to the Slaaneshi forces. The other one remains in the hands of the enemy, however, and we do have to try to make use of our Bane Spear over there. So we're going to move Sin Dancer around, especially while Skarbrand is once again engaged. He ran away, I guess, to watch his army die. And yeah, we can see Sin Dancer slowly moving back up there. Let's check back on this side, which is very much losing at the moment. We've actually had to use some of our Hell Scourges and our Seekers to try to protect the rest of the remaining troops. So it looks like it's a little bit of a 1-1 sort of a ratio that we've got going here. Regardless of the cycle charges and such, these guys did win, but once again, it's not surprising because they had better units. Skarbrand is still chasing Sin Dancer here as well. Obviously concerned on a lot of our basic units are routing out, but it looks like he gives up. Maybe she's too fast. I also did pop a Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma on him just for the speed reduction. The damage is, let's be honest, not going to matter to him, especially as he can heal it outright. Yeah, if they had attacked without Skarbrand, this wouldn't have been any kind of a problem, because we would have gotten repeated Penumbral Pendulums going. Alrighty, and Sin Dancer's charging in, trying to get as deep into the enemy formation as she can so she can pop that Bane Spear and dish out damage. We've seen how crazy that particular weapon is, so we do gotta make use of it. And there we go, down it goes, dropping on a bunch of Warriors of Khorne. Unfortunately does not clip this one, but it gets almost all the units. On top of that, right after dropping that, we get all of the cav that we still had on this side. Rather than wasting their time fighting Skarbrand, who they can't hurt, we're getting the Seekers and the Hellstriders and the Seeker Chariots in to hit the backs of this line, and stuck between the rest of our forces. Between that and the Bane Spear should be a pretty damn decent amount of damage, even with our units routing. Now let's check back on the balance of power here. Looks like it is in our favor here, not by a crazy amount, I will admit, but the enemy troop count has dropped by over 1,000 troops. I mean, to be fair, ours has dropped almost by 2,000, but their troops were a lot more elite than ours, let's just say that. I mean, we've lost a third of our forces, and they've lost a sixth. So, or rather, they're down to 1/6, and we're down to a third. You know what I mean? Anyway, and soon after this charge and the Bane Spear, and these guys being surrounded on all sides, with more units further surrounding them and running around to hit them in the flanks, they will be down to just one. Let's watch the rest of these units fight, because, you know, we'll watch them die. There will be plenty of, spoiler alert, watching Skarbrand fight after this, because we still have to bring him down after all this is done. The Spawn are doing a pretty good job holding on. I've been fairly impressed with Spawn in this campaign, or not in this campaign, in this particular game in Warhammer 3 thus far. I've gotten a lot more mileage out of Spawn myself, and have seen the enemies get a lot more mileage out of Spawn than I ever did in Warhammer 2. So good job there, especially as we can get various types of them. I've never compared their stats, though. I feel like I should. Alrighty, and here we are charging more units in, and this battle, while not over, this flank has also collapsed similar to the other one. Now it's just a matter of, as we can see, having all of our units surround Skarbrand, and I'm sending one unit in at a time. These guys can't hurt him. They can't hurt him at all. We need our elites to come in and help with that, so it's essentially just sacrificing units to him to keep him here while we finish off the rest of the army and get ready to surround him and start killing him with casts and stuff like that. Our doggos obviously running around chasing enemy units, though they're almost dead, and then we can sacrifice them after that. Ironically, it's the doggos, the most sacrificial unit that we have, even more sacrificial than that Disciple army that has maintained pretty much full HP out of all the units, by far more than the Slaanesh units. But once again, that's just by virtue of the way that we've been using them to chase stuff. And anyway, that is it for the enemy spawn. Now it's time to speed it up and move our way to Skarbrand. Alrighty, here we go, getting that first cast on him. That wasn't from Sin Dancer, however, that was just the fascination to do a little bit of damage to him, although he's nearly at full HP. And looks like he's charging some units over here, but we got more coming in. Not to worry. Alrighty, well, let's just watch him fight. We've done this several times over the course of this campaign, wherein it's just been Skarbrand, and we've had to surround him with tons of units and bring him down. He's gotta be so annoyed with this. I mean, regardless of the slaughter that he's able to put out here, and Nkari likes it when he puts out, what's it called? Wouldn't Skarbrand, as a Khornate follower, prefer to fight champions rather than weaklings? So regardless, once again, of the fact that he's slaughtering our poor marauders of Slaanesh, killing them in probably not inventive ways. I'm just watching that fire animation, isn't glorious? Yeah, regardless of that, he's probably not too happy with the inability to take down some champions. He probably wants another rematch with Nkari after losing twice or thrice. Oh well, at the very least, he's got some damn nice animations himself. I really do enjoy Nkari's animations and his model as well, but I feel like Skarbrand has both the superior animations and the model, but that's, I guess, just generally speaking, Bloodthirsters versus Keepers of Secrets. I mean, if I had to choose one, I would obviously choose a Bloodthirster over a Keeper of Secrets if I were to take a greater demon in my army. But then again, I feel like that goes for anybody. Bloodthirsters are pretty damn nasty. Alrighty, and let's see how much you've been damaged. About 25%, maybe closer to 33, but not quite there. It's gonna take a while to do this. Now, oh, yeah, this, you know how I hate magic missiles? Have I ever mentioned how I hate magic missiles? This guy was standing completely still. And Syndancer was standing completely still, took aim, still managed to miss this giant barn of a demon. How do you miss this? I get, magic missiles, atrocious. And yes, I'm aware that you're probably better off launching that fireball into a blob of particularly weak units, but you know, when you have a giant broadside of a barn target sort of, well, target, you really should be able to hit it. And Nkari knows a thing or two about hitting it. Anyway, what was I talking about? Is this interesting? Do we need to bother seeing this? You know what, let's speed it up a little bit. We've seen this happen a dozen or so times, and no matter how much I enjoy watching Skarbrand's animations, it is, you know, it is depleting the time of the episode after all, so no need. There we go. It's just a matter of surrounding him and doing damage. Obviously, we're keeping Syndancer back where she can't get attacked by him. Oh, and look, the hounds have dropped in, and there we go. Finally, he starts to disintegrate. 1.6k weapon strength now. Horn of Corn and a Wrathful Reaper are going down, but we still got a few more casts remaining and still plenty of units to send into the meat grinder that is Skarbrand. There we go, get a few more hits in there, but with yourself disintegrating and the rest of our units surrounding you, looks like you are not long for this world. Oh look, he brought down one of our Secret Chariots. Honestly, it was pretty useless sending in a Secret Chariot, or was that a... I just want to see something here. Yes, it was a Secret Chariot. I just wanted to double check whether it was a Hellflayer or not. And the reason, if you're wondering why I bothered to send it in, despite the fact that it would be a trash unit against something like this, is it's still armor-piercing damage, and we have so little of it. So we might as well apply some. Man, how many units did we feed this guy? How many kills does he have at this point? 402, not too bad, Skarbrand. Not too bad. You're making a name for yourself out here, but once again, not against champions. So I'm still thinking Korn ain't too happy with you, buddy. And he's gonna continue not being happy with you because you're just about done. Oh, damn it, I wanted to watch him disintegrate. and it was right on cue as well. Oh well, this might have actually been something to do with the replay. Sometimes when you do replays that are particularly long, it kind of reacts like that and ends them too early, but there we go. Skarbrand is done. The battle is over. 'Twas a Pyrrhic victory, but it matters not because this was the only army he had, and thus the settlement is ours. Let's see how much damage he did, and I guess compare it to... Well, you didn't actually cast any damaging spells other than spamming Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. Let's see how much damage that did, I guess. Alrighty, well, as usual, Skarbrand dies again, and as usual, he was so damn tough to bring down. 33k damage, though, is a little bit light on what I thought he would do. I mean, we did 23k on Syndancer, and she's a low level, and doesn't really have any damaging spells other than Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. She didn't have a Penumbral Pendulum, although damn good job to Skarbrand for killing other units. We could just replace you and use another one as an assassin. And we also got a decent amount of cash out of that and an okay amount of XP. And this settlement, and just like that, because of Skarbrand's failure, is ours. Oh, Awakened Faction Septic Claw. Create a new vassal. Wait, we get 500 devotees for this, so 2 more cults? Do we want for... damn it, wait, I don't remember where this is. So here's the problem. While this might be a good idea, if this is the territory that has that Slaaneshi landmark, we definitely want the entire territory rather than building a vassal here. Basically, I feel like what we want to do is we want to take every territory that has Slaaneshi landmarks, and then we can make vassals like this. But doing so now might not give us much, so let's just occupy the place. I hope I'm not wrong about this. And let's see, Forest of Decay is part of, which we will see in a second.
Slaanesh is dead.
Grayling, what do you want? Military alliance, no. Let's see. Enemy killed in battle, heart, don't care, cult treasure. So, ooh, we got another trickster shard. That would be swell, even though it's not nearly as powerful in this game as it was in the other game. Still, for somebody who's a strong caster, this might be quite the useful thing. Oh, wow, we got a decent amount of items out of that, didn't we? Damn. Oh, and you got the defeated Skarbrand trade, which is nice as well. Some Confederation. What the heck is going on in this particular turn? Everything's happening. Damn, look at this. Hey, we got the mightiest fortress. Ooh, 500 devotees, more and more cultists. Oh, that's where we got the other trickster shard and dragon helm and tormented blade. Yeah, alrighty. Well, that's all swell. You're going to now siege the Brass Glacier, but I think Nkari is actually close enough to bail you out. So we're just gonna move Nkari in to kill you. Should be able to get there before the bear roars again. Now, what I wanted to see was the Forest of Decay. Yeah, see, we already have the Silver Tower Sorcerer, so if we had awakened a vassal here, this would have given us nothing. We want the entire province to ourselves by taking this stuff. So we can't, I feel like, awaken vassals until we move past the Withering Fortress. Writhing Fortress, yeah, that makes more sense since it's the Slaanesh landmark. But anyway, obviously, we are very much out of time, and I am going to have to call this episode here, but I do think it was a relatively productive one. Next time, stay tuned for the end of Skarbrand. We might just auto-resolve this battle, or maybe we'll hit the walls. Then again, like, Nkari's nearby. We could have Nkari do this for us, and honestly, I feel like Nkari could take that place by himself without even a need for army. And we'll just also have to decide what we do with the rest of our forces. Might actually have to move you back temporarily to take care of, once again, this rebellion, because it'll just siege this place to death, annoyingly, as the AI likes to do that, before deleting you, because you're costing us, basically, you're forcing us to be negative upkeep. But anyway, next time, stay tuned for the death of Skarbrand, probably the death of this other little Khornate faction as well, because I think they just have this one territory, and also probably we will be going for our second soul as well. Just gotta keep an eye on this joint confederation. Man, it was -2. We got so close there for a few seconds. So close. We just need you to lose your army to somebody, essentially, then we could confederate you. Even though the control thing is so bad, it makes me think that, like, the -8 control from Confederation is just so problematic that we might have to do just kill him outright, but we'll see what we end up doing next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. And don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.